Hello, everybody on YouTube and all the NFL YouTube prognosticators and NFL fans everywhere. This is Andrew Warren, back here once again, giving you my thoughts about Week 4 and my picks for Week 5 of the 2020 NFL season. Check it out. First off, before I make my picks, I want to send my condolences out to Eddie Van Halen, the guitarist from Van Halen. As some of you may know, I'm a big hard rock and heavy metal fan. I've always been for a very long time. It's another passion of mine besides football. So that is a huge loss for me. I was a big Van Halen fan for a very long time. I can remember my first hearing, oh my God. Let's just say this. I remember when I first heard Van Halen from Running with the Devil. That just blew my mind. It was like, geez. I was only like at least probably 9 or 8 years old when my uncle showed me all that. And I remember the Van Halen 3 album with when he did with Gary Penn from Extreme. You know, it's just, oh my God. It was just, I guess he was battling throat cancer for a while, so it's a huge loss. We lost another great guy from Neil Peart, the drummer from Rush, for glioma from kind of brain cancer, but now we lost Eddie Van Halen for throat cancer. I gotta say, with the coronavirus and everything, it's been a really hard blow for 2020 as well for that. I mean, it's just really blew my mind. So send my condolences out to Eddie Van Halen and his family, and to Alex Van Halen, his brother. That is a huge, huge loss from the metal community, so, and the rock and roll community as well. So, God, rest in peace, Eddie Van Halen. You will definitely be missed. Well, my only things, what I thought about Week 4, the coronavirus. Unfortunately, we had an outbreak this week for Week 4, which cost the game, and it cost my Patriots and the Chiefs game to move to Monday night. So, because of Cam Newton's tested positive of coronavirus, which that was pretty rough. So they had to do some cancellation and removings around and things like that. Then, and because of that, no Tennessee Titans and Pittsburgh Steelers game, that got pushed back to Week 7. And so pretty much they just had their set on bye weeks pretty much. So on that. So yikes. That's pretty much a little rough on the nail on that. And I guess there was 20 and the Tennessee Titans organization had like the coronavirus, and Cam Newton's probably the only one from the New England Patriots. I believe that's what I heard. That's why they played the game last night instead of Sunday. So that's pretty much that. That was pretty much all around. But how did I do? Really well. I mean, I went 9-6 on my week 4 because of the bye week, because of the Tennessee Titans game and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I couldn't make the pick. They didn't make the game, so that's why it didn't happen. And against the spread, I did 9-5-1, which did pretty good on that one. And over and under 7-3-4. So I did winning records on that. And because of that alone, I'm 36-26-1 for straight up against the spread. 35-27-1. And 30-25 overall. So, what happened with Denver and the New York Jets? Thursday night, Denver beat the New York Jets as expected. Chicago didn't really beat Indianapolis. And how about this for on this one? Joe Burrow got his first win in the National Football League. So it's pretty nice. Pretty nice to say that for a guy like him. That's pretty much it's a really sweet moment for any player to get their first win in the NFL. So kudos to Joe Burrow, though. I think he is on his way to success. I don't know on that. So we'll see on that one. But the Dallas couldn't beat Cleveland. My God, on that one. And the New Orleans Saints and the Detroit Lions, they were Drew Brees things. And then Seattle and Minnesota, Seattle got the ball moving on that. And Tampa Bay and the LA Chargers. That was a really good game. If I had to pick a game for Week 4 that was the game of the week, that game was it right there. That was a high-flying game that was back and forth. I watched that game from start to finish. That was probably the best non-Patriots game I've ever seen in a very, very long time. And probably my case scenario so far, the best Brady game that he was not a Patriot. I don't know. Hard to say on that one. And, Arizona couldn't handle against Carolina. Houston and Minnesota beating Houston. And finally, after a year, Bill O'Brien's gone. Which he should have been fired after that divisional round game against the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know. That's my thing. He should have been fired on the spot. And if that would have happened, DeAndre Hopkins would have been right in Houston even today. I don't know. On that one. And, of course, the Ravens and the Washington football team. The Ravens did on their own thing. And the Rams and the Giants, though. The Rams did their thing, And, of course, the Patriots and the Chiefs. It goes to show you that Brian Hoyer should be staying on the bench. Try to be a coach. I don't know. On that one. Buffalo and Vegas. We all know about Buffalo on that one. And see, San Francisco and Philly. What could I say on that one? And Green Bay, Atlanta. And out of that, I expected Green Bay to win. But after that loss, I expected Dan Quinn to be fired. I expected the other coach to be fired that week too. That didn't happen, but we had our first fired week in Bill O'Brien. So I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we'll see Bill O'Brien back in Bill Belichick. We'll never know. Maybe he'll go back to college. Yeah. That's my theory on that. I don't know, because people forget, though. Bill O'Brien was the head coach at Penn State when he replaced that longtime head coach Joe Paterno, so before all his scandal came down. So people forget about that. He was the very first guy that replaced Joe Paterno. So people often forget about that. So he can go back to college or something like that. I don't know. So, hey, what can you say? So anyways, that's how I feel about how the games this week. Let's hope we don't have another outbreak like we did in the coronavirus, like we did this past week. So let's get over it. As of right now, I feel like I'm in South Park talking about the coronavirus. I don't know if you all watch South Park or something like that, but I did catch that episode about the pandemic, though. I never laughed so hard at South Park I did in a very long time. So, I don't know. It's just pretty me. So, yeah. I don't recommend anyone watching it, but, if you're not sensitive about it. So, pretty much the same, but I don't know. Sorry to say about that. But anyways, that's how I feel about it. If we have another outbreak, I feel like being Eric Cartman saying, "Screw you guys, I'm coming home." No, that was pretty much bad impression. I'm sorry. It's a pretty bad impression of Eric Cartman. I'm sorry. Anyways, let's get on to my Week 5 pick, shall we? Well, Week 5 is in the books. Week 5 is here, I got him in there. We can't believe we're in Week 5 already. It just feels like a week ago we just had Week 1. But anyways, let's kick off Thursday night game. We had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Chicago Bears. Tom Brady making his appearance on going to Chicago with Nick Foles. And, I don't know. What could I say? I don't know. Anyways, Tampa Bay and Chicago. I'm going to say Tom Brady and the Bucs will beat the Chicago Bears and Nick Foles. Tom Brady gets revenge on Nick Foles for Super Bowl 53. On the line, though, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are favored by 5.5 in this game. I'm taking Tampa Bay minus 5.5. Over and under 44. I'm going to go over 44 on that one. I personally think that Tom Brady will finally get his revenge on Nick Foles since Super Bowl 53. Their first match together since Super Bowl 53, actually. So, we'll have to wait and see on that one. And the Carolina Panthers over the Atlanta Falcons. This is a game I don't understand. I can explain why. Carolina, I think Carolina's doing pretty good despite the fact they've been on and off the last few weeks. And Atlanta, they just keep losing, keep choking the game away. Well, they didn't choke the game last week, but they just didn't really handle it last week against Aaron Rodgers. So, pretty much say about that one. But I do believe Carolina going to Atlanta, they're going to actually beat Atlanta in this game. But maybe finally we'll get to fire Dan Quinn. Who knows? But anyways, until Dan Quinn is gone, I'm probably just going to pick any team over the Atlanta Falcons. That's probably what I'm going to do. But on the line, though, so like I said, Carolina over Atlanta. This is what I get against the spread. Atlanta is favored by 3.5 in this game. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. And I'm like, this is a game that Atlanta should not be favored in this game. I don't get it. I get that Carolina don't have a great defense, but my God, if you can't win any games, if you keep coming back and keep losing, I don't understand why you're still the favorite, despite the fact that you have a great quarterback. I get it. Matt Ryan's a better quarterback than Bridgewater, but for God's sakes, that defense is just horrible. This is going to be a high-flying game no matter what. This is a battle of the offenses in this one. So, but I like Carolina to win. I'm taking Carolina plus 3.5. But if you're Atlanta in the lead, it's not safe. I'm sorry to say it. You pretty much still have a chance to win if you're still losing. If you're an opposing team facing the Atlanta Falcons. But over and under, it's 54.5. I'm going over 54.5. The Tennessee Titans and the Buffalo Bills. Tennessee gets their first game back since their coronavirus spread. As of right now, no new cases for the coronavirus of the Tennessee Titans, which is very good on that one. So hope that one cleans out. So, and they go home against Buffalo. This is going to be a back and forth game, though, I believe it. David Henry could do some damage. He can run over defense all day, no matter if you have a great defense or not. He's going to find a way to get some yards in there. There's no way. And Tennessee has a great home record this year. Well, and they're doing pretty well on that one. I believe that this is a game. This is the Buffalo can get their first loss of the year. I think that's how it's going to go. I'm going to take Tennessee over Buffalo as an upset. On the line now, Buffalo's favored by 1 in this game. I'm taking Tennessee plus 1. Over and under, it's 49. I'm going over 49. The Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. This is a game. This is going to be like, who do you pick? Just pick the underdog on this one. Because this is another game I don't understand. I'll tell you why. An underdog pick. I'm picking an upset in this one. I'm going back on the train to Jinder Mishu or whatever, whatever. So whatever. Gardner Mishu or whatever, But I'm going to take Jacksonville over Houston in Houston, even though they just fired Bill O'Brien. On the line, though, Houston's favored by 6.5, which I don't understand on that one at all. I get that Houston has a great defense with J.J. Watt and all that, but you're not... But, despite what Bill O'Brien did, despite the fact that what he did, he kind of just put Houston right down the toilet. So, pretty much. So, we're pretty much looking at a toilet bowl in this game, if you want to look at it that way. But, But anyways, I'm taking Jacksonville plus 6.5 because I like the upset in this one. Over and under is 54. I'm going under 54. I think it's going to be a defensive game. I think that's what's going to go up. Baltimore and Cincinnati. Joe Burrow, you got your first win. Congratulations. As of right now, that win's going to be carried over by Baltimore. Tough division to play. You got your first win. You just celebrated too much. You're going to lose this game. So, I'm going to take the Lamar Jackson and the Ravens over the Cincinnati Bengals. That defense from that Lamar Jackson has, my God, really great defense. So, anyways, that's what I'm going to go after. I'm going to take Baltimore over Cincinnati. In Baltimore, on the line, Baltimore is favored by 13.5-point favorites. That's a divisional game. I don't trust that. Even if it's a divisional game, it's crazy. I'm taking plus 13.5. Over and under is 51. I'm going to go over 51. I think Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson, they're going to put up some numbers on this one. That's going to be a quarterback duel right there. The Kansas City Chiefs and Kansas City over Las Vegas Raiders. If you're a Chiefs fan, if you're the Kansas City Chiefs, that was a gimme. That was a gimme for my Patriots last night. That was something, It is what it is on that one. I'm not going to argue. But who knows what could have happened if Cam Newton played, though. I'm not saying the Patriots should have won the game if Cam Newton played, but it could have been a closer game. It could have been closer. The Patriots could have won. I don't know. Who knows? It's a big what-if factor on that one. That's a big what-if on that one to make for the year. The big what-if of the year, what if Cam Newton played in that Kansas City game if he didn't have the coronavirus? That's a big what-if for me so far this year. So, we'll have to wait and see on that one. But anyways, I'm not saying it's a gimme. I just think it should have been a closer game if Cam Newton played. That's how I feel. But I still think Kansas City probably would have won the game anyway. So, anyways, now they're going to face the divisional rivals, the Vegas Raiders. Cincinnati, the Chiefs, they're playing the Las Vegas Raiders for the first time since they moved down there. So since the Raiders moved down, but They don't make their first trip to Vegas yet, so that's going to be the upcoming weeks. So we'll probably see on that one. But, I expected the Chiefs to run over that Vegas defense all day, But I don't expect to be but I think they can keep it close, but I think Patrick Mahomes is going to still find a way to win. So I'm going to take the Chiefs over the Vegas Raiders. On the line, though, the Chiefs are favored by 12.5 points. That's too many points for a divisional game. I'm taking the Vegas Raiders plus 12.5. Over and under 56. I think it's going to go over 56. Jets and the Arizona Cardinals. The New York Jets are trying to get their first win. They're pretty much fighting the New York Giants for the number one pick. I don't think they're going to get it. And Arizona, I don't know what's going on with them. So it's something, maybe Kyle Murray's having thought process in his head. I don't know. Two ugly losses for the Arizona Cardinals. I don't know what's going on with that. But I think the New York Jets are going to get their first win of the year because of that. So I'm going to take, as an upset, the New York Jets over the Arizona Cardinals. On the line, though, the Arizona Cardinals are favored by 6.5. That's a toss-up for me. I think they could make it a 1-point game or something like that. Or at least make it if I think this is going to be a push game, I think this is it for the against spread. So I'm going to take the Jets plus 6.5 because I picked the Jets to win. Over and under is 47. I think it's going to be an under 47. I think it's going to be a defensive game. The LA Rams over the Washington football team. I'll tell you this. This is going to be a little tight game. Well, the LA Rams are at home against the Washington football team. And it's going to be a tight game to watch. But I think I like how the Rams are doing despite their financial troubles right now. But because of what the Rams, how they're doing, I actually like them to win over the Washington football team. On the line, though, the Rams are favored by 9 in this game. I like the Washington football team plus 9. I believe that's going to be a close game. I still think Jared Goff can do some damage. So let's see how they do. Over and under is 45. I'm going to go over 45. The Indianapolis Colts and the Cleveland Browns. Well, if you're the Cleveland Browns, you're pretty much happy for the win against Dallas. That's probably your Super Bowl right there. So far, if I have to say. But, you're going to face the Indianapolis Colts. Now you're going to be at home in there. So you're going to be home in the dog pound. Well, no, the empty dog pound, I should say, with no fans. But anyways, though, even with the no fans at all in this one, I'm going to still take the Indianapolis Colts to win as an upset. Well, as to win this game, because defensively, Indianapolis is pretty good. So I'm going to take Indianapolis over the Cleveland Browns. On the line, though, the Colts are favored by 2.5. I'm going 2.5. Indianapolis minus 2.5. Over and under, it's 54. I'm going under 54. My New England Patriots and the Denver Broncos. Now, we don't know who's going to play quarterback yet. As of right now, all I know is don't put Brian Hoyle in there. He just showed he belongs on the bench, pretty much. And Jared Stidham did play. He had a couple of mistakes, but he kept us in the game for a while, until all the crap went down in the end of the game. But, I still think if Cam Newton can't play because of the coronavirus, let Jared Stidham see what he can do, This is a good opportunity for Jared Stidham can do. I don't understand what's going on with that. I understand that Hoyer's a veteran and things like that, but, get him a shot, though. See what he does. You drafted him, you might as well use him, I just want to see what he should do. I mean, that's my take on it. Let's just put Jared Stidham in there. But Brian Hoyer, I don't know. I don't really pretty much trust in him. But I think it's going to be a defensive game the way, no matter how they stand out on that one. But Denver, and I don't have any trust in Denver's offense either. So, so I think it's going to be a defensive battle the way I see it in this one. So I'm going to take my New England Patriots at home against the Denver Broncos in a defensive game. On the line, though, my New England Patriots are favored by 8.5 in this game. That's way too many points. I think that's going to be a low-scoring game. Denver's going to keep this close, and I think the Patriots are going to yank this one out if they put in Jared Stidham in there. That's the way I should look at it. If Cam Newton can't play, put Stidham in there. That's how I feel. That's who the original plan was until they got in Cam Newton. Now that Cam Newton has COVID, might as well use him. Let's see what he can do. Maybe if he does well, he can get promoted to the second string quarterback and put Brian Hoyer as third. That's how I feel. So we don't know who the quarterback is for this game. The lack of trouble. If you're begging right now for Tom Brady, this is it. But, it is what it is. Now he's in Tampa Bay, so I can't do much about that. But anyways, I still think the Patriots are going to win. Over and under is 52, under 52. And Denver, plus 8.5. Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, the Pennsylvania Bowl is here, with the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Philadelphia Eagles. This time it's in Pittsburgh. So I think that game's going to be too much for Philadelphia and for Carson Wentz to handle. If I'm Philadelphia right now, try to find a quarterback in the draft, no matter where you are. But anyways, I'm taking Pittsburgh over Philadelphia. In Pittsburgh, on the line though. Pittsburgh favored by 7. I'm going to say Pittsburgh minus 7. Over and under is 44. Under 44 on this one. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game for a defensive game. I don't know. I can't trust Carson Wentz and the Eagles right now. Anyways, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Dallas Cowboys over the New York Giants. Now, Dallas Cowboys, if you can't beat the New York Giants, you got a problem. That's all I can say about that one. If you can't beat the Giants, you got a problem. The Giants are fighting for the number 1 pick. So I'm taking the New York, but I think Dallas should win this game. It's at home in Dallas. So I'm going to take Dallas over the New York Giants, despite the fact that if they lost to Cleveland, you should be the New York Giants on this one. On the line, though, Dallas is favored by 9.5 in this game. I'm taking Dallas minus 9.5. Over and under is 54. I'm going over 54. The San Francisco 49ers and the Minnesota Vikings. This is a game that San Francisco, I don't know if Jimmy Garoppolo's going to play or not. I think he played the other night, last night. I didn't really watch that game. I just saw the score and how I felt about that game. So I'm going to be honest on that one. I've been really focusing on school and stuff like that. So that's why I forgot to make my picks from the Progs League last week. And I was like, oh, crap, I forgot. I had too much homework I had to do. So that was kind of my own fault on that one. That I didn't make the picks in time. But I should get on it this week. I should do it ASAP as I get my picks in. So anyways, San Francisco and Minnesota in this game. In San Francisco, San Francisco's really good at home, despite the injury prongs they have. So I'm going to take San Francisco over Minnesota. On the line now, San Francisco is favored by 9.5 too in this game. Taking San Francisco minus 5.5. Over and under is 46. I think I'm going to go under 46 games in this one. I think it's going to be a defensive game. I think it's going to be low scoring. Sunday Night Football, the Seattle Seahawks and the Miami Dolphins. This is going to be a fun game to watch. It's in Seattle. It's going to be a high-flying game. And besides, you never know. You never know that Ryan Fitzpatrick can have his Fitz magic again, especially on prime time. So Seattle, Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson it's in Seattle. Another Sunday Night Football game they're going to be dealing with with Miami Dolphins in there. So it's going to be a fun game to watch on this one. So anyways, I think this is going to be a good game to watch. I like Seattle over Miami in this game on Sunday Night Football. On the line now, Seattle is favored by 7 in this game. I'm taking Seattle minus 7. Over under 58. I'm going to go over 58 because you never know when Ryan Fitzmagic can show up. The Monday Night Football game, the New Orleans Saints and the LA Chargers. This is a good game to watch, though. Justin Herbert, he's playing pretty well. Now he gets to face another great veteran after Tom Brady. That's Drew Brees, in which then Drew Brees and the Saints won last week, too, this past week. Now they're going to try to find something they can really share around. They go back and forth on this one. This is going to be a good game to watch on Monday Night Football. I think, in my opinion, this is the best Monday Night Football game so far this year. I think we're going to see that this past Monday night. This coming Monday Night Football is going to be one of the good ones to watch. This will be a good one. I'm going to be tuning in on this one. I think it's going to be, I expect to be a lot of scoring in this one with Drew Brees and Justin Herbert. So, I like it. But despite the fact that New Orleans Saints are really tough at home, I like the New Orleans Saints over the LA Chargers. On the line, though, the Saints are favored by 7.5 in this game. I'm going to take the New Orleans Saints minus 7.5. Over and under is 52. I'm going under 52 on that one. Okay, that's my picks for the week. Shoutouts this week is my good old friend Edward Leonard. makes great NFL videos. Oh, I'm sorry, I stepped on something. Anyway, Edward Lerner's my shout out this week. If you like Zodiacs too, he's your guy to look out to. If you want a Zodiac videos too, if you're into those, he's one of the guys to check out. If you're in there, you can check him in the links down below. Also, on the NFL YouTube prognosticator page down below as well in my description box. Until then, this is Andrew Warren signing off, and I know this is not a mask, but it's something. I do recommend a mask over a bandana anyways, but what I do is wear a mask underneath over my bandana. But until then, rock out, stay safe and healthy. Until then, this is Andrew Warren signing off saying, rock out.